listen, for people who don't know you, in addition to being an artist and a rapper, you are a father, you are a husband, you are a son. And so that's where I wanted to begin, because your dad, Killer Mike, was a police officer. And so especially when we talk about the events happening in Ferguson, you have a lot of thoughts on police, and he never wanted his kids to follow in his footsteps.
No, he got the call that my younger sister, who God thanks, she works in a school office now. Actually, she works in the middle school my son goes to, so that's a job within itself, policing him. But I remember when he first got the call that she may be going into law enforcement, and he was heartbroken.
Why?
Just because, unfortunately, police see the worst of human behavior a lot more than they see the best. And I think it beat him up as a really young man. I think he left for those reasons and having more children. And I really, friends of mine whose dad was police officers, some of their dads were killed on the jobs. So, it's not an easy road. And I hold police in a high and honorable,
position.
Yeah, it is, because it's so difficult to be. Most policemen are working class guys. Let's be honest. Most policemen come from the salt of the earth in America. Most of them are ex-soldiers or from the communities they police, ideally. And
so shouldn't they know the issues and know the people in their communities?
They should, and they used to. And
what changed?
The culture of policing is changing. It's becoming more militarized. They're getting old military weapons. They're using kids that are fresh out of the military and using military tactics. We have essentially gone from being communities that were policed by people from the communities to being communities that are policed by strangers, and that's no longer a community. That's an area that's under siege.
But these tactics, this isn't new. These pictures, and I think what makes it different is the crowds, all of the people, the violence, the arrests, and everything else. But what is it that you think about what happened in Ferguson, and what is it now, 10, 11 days ago when Michael Brown was shot and killed? Why are we all talking about this? Because we could talk about Chicago every day.
We could.
I could tell you, I could read all kinds of names of young people who've been shot and killed. Why Ferguson?
This seems very gratuitous. It is very, like, there's no gun found on the child. If there are no burns or gunpowder close, it says that they weren't in close proximity, and everything, my grandfather taught me, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, there's probably a duck behind that bush. And the consciousness of this country does not agree with this shooting. I don't think it agreed with Sean Bell. I don't think it agreed with Amadou Diallo. I don't think it agreed with Garner. I don't think it agreed, but I think that this is a child. This was a college-bound child. This was a child that had done childish stuff. Children shoplift. Children act like gangsters and robbers. Children do stupid stuff, but no one could go to bed at the night of finding out about this young man's murder comfortable that a child had been shot up to or more than 6 times in a defensive position.
I think it speaks to a bigger picture, which is the black man in America in 2014. Talked to a lot of people about that. Spike Lee said there is a war on the black male. I want you to listen to what he said. Take a listen.
But I just think there's a war on the black male, and it's tearing the country apart, in my opinion. It's the educational system, it's the prison system, it's for these young black men growing up with no hope. So I think it's systematic. And we get blinded to think that because we have Oprah, we got Michael Jordan, we got LeBron, we got Beyonce, we got Jay-Z, like everything's okay. And I'm not trying to give any disrespect to the great individuals I just named, because many of them are my dear friends, but they are the exception. The black underclass is growing every single day.
Do you agree?
I agree with that, and I'd like to expound on that. That this is a black male issue. It has been for all my 30-something years on life, and I refuse to let you only think about that. Whatever this country is willing to do to the least looked upon, and we could all come to agreements that are oftentimes, and more times than not, black males are the least looked upon. We're the least thought about in terms of education. We're the least thought about in terms of community violence. We're the least thought about in terms of community and police relations. But whatever this country is willing to do to them, to black people, to those males, will eventually happen to all Americans. So I'm saying to America, if they will violate the rights of an 18-year-old African-American child, what's going to happen with any anyone.
The president spoke out the other night about this for the second time, and he pointed out there is a perception and then there is the reality. And keep that in your mind while I read this tweet that you retweeted. Somebody tweeted to you, Mike, this quote-unquote thug life trend has to end. It serves to fill cemeteries and prisons for foolishness. I mean, you yourself on your Twitter page refer to yourself as a gangster rapper.
Yep.
You are Killer Mike.
Yep.
How does that not, further extend and prove the president's point that there is a perception out there?
Well, first, let's say I am Killer Mike because I kill microphones, and I trust that people are intelligent enough to get it. You got it. So if you don't get that, then that's probably where we're going to end our intelligence conversation, because I trust Americans to be smart. Killer Mike is a gangster rapper. Before I get to the gangster rapper part, which is kind of tongue-in-cheek, I say, I'm Michael Render. I like my woman, weed, polo, and politics. I pretty much let you know what my political agenda are. It's close to my family, close to medicinal marijuana, and I follow politics as a hobby. When I say I'm a Pan-Africanist gangster rapper, I'm a Pan-Africanist in that I think that the African diaspora from West Africa to the Caribbean to North America should be working wholeheartedly to fix our own problems. That means Atlantans should be donating money to Haiti, should be donating money to West Africa, and what we shouldn't be doing is worrying about how people perceive us. And in terms of a gangster rapper is just code word for I say very harsh, real, and brutal stuff, just like the stuff my dad saw on the street when he was a cop. But at the end, I offer some type of resolution, just like at the end of Kingian Nonviolence, which teaches you the 6 steps. At the end, there's always reconciliation.